Hey everyone, this is Ars Dent from Ars Dent Repair. Today I got a chance to work on this Ford Explorer. Well, obviously, as you guys can see, I'm in Baltimore City. This is a eastern part of Baltimore City. So, back to work. You guys probably can see what's going on here. So the damage is right on the edge. The problem that I have with this dent is that it's just so severe. You can see there's some paint chip right there, and that's what it looks like on the side. It's quite severe. You can see that it's actually hitting the spot here, and some paint got chipped over in the spot. My job here is to make it as close as possible to the original shape. Couple things worth to mention is we have a nice buckle over on this side. Anytime when I work on the edges, I first take care of the edge. I try to straighten as much as I can, and then once I get this lined up, then I go ahead and I treat this buckle. So let me show you what tools I'm gonna use to repair this damage. I'm gonna be using a mini lifter. Whatever brand you have, it doesn't matter really. You can get anything, and you can use anything for that purpose. I'm gonna be using, just because I have this specific mini lifter, which is called Kiko, I don't want to make you buy exact same mini lifter. They all work pretty much the same. Next tool that I'm gonna be using for this project is this, I don't know what you want to call it, a door stopper. So it's basically to hold the door in open position. And next thing, it's gonna be this edge jack. This was created by Shane Jacks. Very useful tool. I believe it comes as a set. This is one of them, and there's another one, the longer version. Let me show it to you quickly. And this is the longer version. As you guys can see, I already got something here going on. So you basically screw in your tip here, and this part goes into your mini lifter. I'll show it to you later. So let's go ahead and set up the door stopper. All right. Like that, and tighten this well. And now look, this is all secure now. It's not going anywhere. Now we can work on this door. So I just set up the light, and you guys actually can see how bad it is. You can see this nasty buckle, at least about 6 inches. So what I do when I work on the spots here, I usually put some tape here. I use Tessa tape. I put a couple layers of a Tessa tape here. That helps me to prevent any damage that may occur to the back side of this panel here. I want to keep this panel as clean as possible without damaging anything. This is what I'm going to be using for pushing. As you probably guessed what it is, it's not a PDR tool. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply a Tessa tape over like this. I know it's a lot of Tessa tape, but it's totally worth it, because you will be using this a lot. And you don't have to remove this thing, and this tip doesn't cost you, this thing doesn't cost you much. So you can actually buy a few of this and have it in your tool section. All right, that's it. That's what I'm going to be using for my pushing. To prevent any paint cracking, you want to make sure the paint is nice, warm, flexible. I'm gonna be using this heat gun, torch. Somebody asked me if there's any damage, if this torch does any damage to the paint, to the clear coat. Well, if you gotta know what you are doing. If you are not familiar with these tools, if you don't know how to use these tools, any of these tools can be harmful for the clear coat, for paint. You can easily damage your car with any of this Paintless Dent Repair tools, so it doesn't have to be the torch. And sometimes when you work in the field, the power is just not available unless you carry with yourself a generator that generates the electricity, the power. In my case, it's just a lot easier for me to carry this propane torch where I can use it quickly, and knowingly how to use it doesn't damage anything. Alright, I never had a single complaint from the customer for using this torch, and never had any issues with the paint. So alright, now it's nice and warm. Maybe just a bit more. I like to give a little extra room when I warm up the panel. I like to warm up as more surface possibly, because it takes more time for that metal to cool down when it's the large surface. Alright, again, no damage whatsoever to the paint. So we're gonna go ahead and place this guy right here like that. So that's gonna go like this. Let's tighten this just a little bit. Alright, now we can go ahead and start doing our pushings. And you guys can see it's gonna be moving, the metal a little bit moving. All right, look at that. It's shaping up slowly. Check this out. Much better. Now you guys can see better that buckle right here. We're not gonna be able to get this buckle all the way out. All right. Alright, so this is what it looks like. It's not bad at all compared to what we had before. So what I'm gonna have to do is just a little bit more from here and to this point here. Just move it a little bit more. So when the door is shut like this, I can actually see better the gap that I need to have right here. So for me, it's gonna be a lot easier if the door stays shut like this, and that way I can see exactly how much I need to pull. So for that reason, what I'm gonna use here is this little guy here. I don't know what is it called, a hooker from a edgytools.com right here, edgytools.com. Very useful stuff. Well, I got some tester tape over on this spot here so it doesn't damage any paint, but it works about the same way, just like the edge jack, but instead you're using a sliding hammer, and I'll show you what I do. So I get the sliding hammer just like that, place it, and start reshaping it. All right, that's it. Let's see what we got. So now, as you guys can see, it looks much better than before. It's lining up nicely. Now we're gonna have to work on this buckle here and do as much as we can. So now we're gonna work on this buckles right here. I am gonna use a few different tips for that purpose. And this is our final result. This is what we got. The gap is even. Alright. I could probably do some glue pulling over in this spot here, but there is a great chance of pulling the paint off, and I want to avoid that as much as I can. And that's what the back side look like. This is a lot better than before. As you can see, the gap is even now. And again, the tools that I used for this job were this Kiko mini lifter. Again, you don't have to buy Kiko brand. You can buy anything else. It works perfectly fine with any other brands. And also I used the sliding hammer as well. You don't have to buy that specific sliding hammer. That just doesn't have to be. This tool here is made by Shane Jacks only. This tip you can get from Harbor Freight. From a Home Depot store or from whatever store that sells the home improvement stuff. And this stuff here comes from edgetools.com, made by Dave Streen. Extremely useful tool in such for such dents. I would highly recommend getting this stuff here too. So that's it. Well, I hope you did enjoy watching this video, and I hope this was very helpful for you. This is the kind of situation that we have to deal with every single day. And if you do, please hit the like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll be happy to see you on the next one. Thank you. Bye.